the Berenstain Bears class trip. See, here's their bear country school that they go to. Some kids go to a building for school, and some kids have school at home, called homeschool. So they're all going to go on a field trip. Even if you're at homeschool, you go on field trips. A lot of different places. Class trip. What do you see down here? Bees and a hive. This is written by Jan and Mike Berenstain. Bear Country's class is going on a trip. The class is going to a honey farm. Mama and Papa Bear are teacher's helpers on the trip. Look at that. They're help. See, on her bag, she has helper right here. So she's going to help the teacher. They're all getting on the bus. Says Papa Bear, licking his lips. I hope they give out free samples. I'm sure they do, says Mama Bear. Sister Bear is going too. There's an extra seat on the bus next to Teacher Bob. See, there's Honey over here. There's Teacher Bob. Honey Bear will stay at home with Gramps and Gran. So the little bear stayed home with Grandma, Gramps, and Gran. Look, he has his helper sticker on. The bus is on its way. Let's all sing, said Cousin Fred. 99 jars of honey in the wall, sings the class. Papa Bear joins in. Look, Bear Country Honey Farm, next exit. Are we almost there? Asked Sister. Almost, says Papa. They see a sign, Bear Country Honey Farm, next exit. Hooray, yells the class. Brother Bear sniffs the air. Smell that? He says. Honey. They all take a deep breath. They sigh. Because you know what? Bears especially like honey. There's a favorite bear of mine called Winnie the Pooh. He loves honey, doesn't he? So now these are bears. They love honey too. Country Bear Honey Farm. I can almost taste that honey now, says Papa, licking his lips again. Look, we are here, says Sister. And she's pointing out the window. They're all smelling for that honey. Bears love honey. They all get off the bus. Teacher Bob leads the way. They see a huge field of beehives. The sound of buzzing bees fills the air. Can you imagine? See all the beehives? Bzzz. You can hear them bzzz, buzzing around. Oh, look, here's Mama. Got her helper bag, and she's helping this. That must be Sister there. Over there is the clover field, says Teacher Bob. Thousands of bees gather nectar there. They bring it back to the hives and make it into honey. So they have to get the nectar. The nectar is what makes honey. How neat is that? How do they do that? Asked Brother. Look, says Teacher Bob. He points to a hive. You can see for yourself. One of the hives has a glass side. The cubs can see the bees making honey. See, it's glass so that you can see their honeycomb. And they're making honey. And at one time, all bees were not yellow. The yellow and the gold is all the honey that they put in there. See that big bee, says Papa? That is the queen. Correct, says Teacher Bob. All the others are her children. Wow, said Sister. She has more children than the old bear in the shoe. So they have a queen bee, and all the rest are her children. How do you get the honey out of the hive? Asked Brother. I'll show you, says Papa. He lifts the lid of a hive. No, no, says Teacher Bob. A huge cloud of bees flies out. Says, no, not that way. Here's the bees. Follow me, shouts Teacher Bob. All the bears run into the honey barn. Teacher Bob slams the door shut just in time. Now we'll see the correct way to get the honey out, he says. Papa Bear's looking kind of like, I'm sorry. Look at all these jars of honey down here. Look at all that. Look, they're all looking at it too. See all their eyes? Looking right at that honey. The cubs look out the window. Beekeepers are gathering honey. They wear special suits and hats to keep them from getting stung. First, the beekeepers blow smoke into the hives to make the bees sleepy. Then they lift out the honeycombs. You see, they have their special suits on, the hat with all the netting. So when he's opening the lid, blowing the smoke in there, it kind of makes them sleepy. And then look, they just pull out the different beehives. They bring the honeycombs into the barn. Then they put them on a big wheel. They turn the crank. Golden honey pours into a big vat. Papa cannot wait to taste the honey. He leans over too far and gets honey all over himself. So see, you put the honey right there. Then they do the crank, the honeycombs. They do the crank. They go over here. And out comes the honey. But look, he leaned over too far, so he got all over his head, which I'm sure he didn't mind at all. Look down here. That's how they fill the jar right there. It comes out of a little faucet. While Papa Bear is getting cleaned up, you may all have some honey samples, says Teacher Bob. Yay, cry the cubs. Look at that, it says samples. All of them get a little jar. Love it. The class is back on the bus, heading home. Mama Bear says, I saved a honey sample for you, Papa dear. See, there she is. She says, I saved one for you. There's Teacher Bob. Oh, and look, she ate all of her honey. No, thank you, says Papa. I have already had my sample. See, he had a big dip in the honey vat and got all the honey he wanted. And for more books and resources, just go to homeschoolforlife.org. Thank you for listening.